BassResinator here. If you can't tell what that is, you'll eventually see. It's Froggy Friday. Keep watching. I'm going to use the bullfrog mold again, and not the tree frog. And I'm going to decorate his head with this Kiji greenish. This is a color shifting or a chameleon type powder. It's kind of a greenish, bluish, and a Shinto shrine for the tympanic membranes. And I'm going to put in these eyes, but I'm going to do them after I powder his nose and tympanic membranes. This last one that I did, one of the eyes came loose because of me messing around enough up in there. So I'm going to not do that this time. I'm going to powder first and then use some, not alcohol. Well, I could use alcohol and use one of these little sponge things and wipe off the eye socket area, and then I will glue those in. So I'm going to start off with the Shinto shrine, and this is going to be the tympanic membranes. So this is a really, there's enough in the lid. Now, tympanic membranes are the ear drum type things on the side right behind the eyes. So I'm going to color those up nice and pretty. There's one. Get the other one now. Okay, there is that. So that was easy enough. But I touched right behind. Let me get one of these big wipes. And clean that area off. Okay, now get a brush and come in with the Kiji. Now, you don't know this, so I'm going to tell you now. This is a carnivorous frog. And he actually, well, most frogs are carnivorous, but this one is really so. And you will see as I go along what I mean. Because I'm going to put something in his belly. That he munched off of a passerby. Did you know that there are certain bullfrogs that get big enough that they eat ducklings. Isn't that crazy? Now I'm going to take this over to the trash can in just a little bit and dump out the extra, and then do a little cleanup in the eye sockets as well as any other place that I may have inadvertently gotten any of that powder. So let me put you on pause for a second. Okay, now I'm going to get some alcohol on this little brush here and see if I can get into that eye hole and clean it out.
By the river wild and free, toads sing in sweet harmony, crafting dreams in resin art. Love ignites inside my heart. BassResinator on the breeze, in the shade of willow trees. Magic lives in every flow, in the Rio where love grows. In the valley of the sun, our two hearts, they beat as one. Toads and art and endless skies, love reflected in your eyes.
4, 5, and 6. This is 6.
Every touch a sculpted dream. In this resin, love's a theme. Clay and color, hearts in hand. Found our love in Rio sand. Among the toads in twilight's hue, resin captures love so true. Feel the pulse of rivers flow, where our tender feelings grow. In the valley of the sun,
okay, I'm gonna get these eyes.
our two hearts, they beat as one.
So
Toads and art and endless sky,
now I've got some.
love reflected in your eyes.
Go in this mold that about it, because I'm having tons of fun here. Now I've got this blue laser paste. Let me clean up a little bit of this where the gold went crazy. Okay. Now this mold, I'm going to have to cast it on it because I don't have a back side to it. I'll explain as I go along. I have no idea how much it's going to hold. But I'm covering every part I can with powder, just in case I can access all of that with resin. Shall I tell him now? Yeah. I made a casting of one of my big toes. See, I don't have a toad mold. I do have frog molds, but with a toe in it, that makes it a toad, right? I told you so. I hope you enjoy humor. Okay, so now I have to pour the toe and let it cure, and then I can pour the frog with the toe in it. So I'm going to have to get this. I have another mold I made a while back. Oh, that's got some dust on the bottom of it. I need it like this, and it's wanting to turn. I don't want you to turn. No. I have another mold I made a while back. You know what? I don't trust that. I'm gonna need a little froggy mold to hold this side so it's not. Yeah, that's pretty solid now. Okay, so now I'm gonna mix up some resin and pour it in there and let it sit. Okay, let me get some resin going. Okay, I have some black resin mixed up, and I've got the frog propped up as well, because I think because I've got that color shift powder in his head that I'm going to try and put some in his head to make that color shift really pop. I don't think I can go very much more in there without it asking for a spill, so I'm going to leave that. And the same thing with his head. His throat's still going to have the clearish color that I'm going to use. Okay, I best leave that alone for fear of massive not goodness happening. Okay, so I will see you when these cure up, and we'll continue the project. This is all cured up. Let's see about this. Okay. That looks like a very sickly toe, but hey, you know what? I don't know what happened there. My toe does not have that marking on there, but a big old ridge like that. But the rest of it looks about right. Now, let's see. You know what? I may have to trim off the back side of this a bit. Let me get something to cut this. Found some scissors. Okay, that'll work. Because I want it to fit down in there without it going all the way into the head. Okay. Now, and that cured up, so he'll have a little bit lighter chin because I'm going to use clear. Well, not totally clear. Okay, let me find that resin dye that I had out. There it is, my light green Let's Resin dye. I don't know why that's not focusing very well. Maybe get it right. Maybe it's these lights on there. Anyway, I'm going to get that going. I'm going to put, before I put the green in, I'm going to put a little bit of clear down, put the toe in place. Ay, this is too much fun. And then I'll mix up the green into that clear, and away we'll go. Before I put the resin in there, I want to put in some of this green holographic glitter from Arteza in his toes area. And I have decided I'm not going to mix that with clear. I'm just going to go green all the way. Not a real dark green, but that way the toe will be visible, but it might not be as offensive if some people are freaked out by a toe. And this way, if you have a, you're going to have to get over the horrible pun I'm going to do here. If you have a foot fetish or a toe fetish, then you've got the toe there. And if you don't, you'll know it's there, but not, hopefully not so predominant. I got some of that glitter down in the leg area, which is fine. Okay, so now he's gotten his pedicure. Let me. Wow, that stuff went everywhere. Okay, I'm going to mix up my Estoyo resin with, and I find that mixing up the colorant while I'm doing the mixing of the resin, instead of waiting afterwards, I get a better mix. So that's why I'm doing that right now, because this resin has not been mixed at all. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, I have the resin mixed up with the green colorant in it. I know what happened on this, why it's got that. When I first started, I pushed down, and that's where my toenail was, and then I moved, and so I got toenail. So anyway, I'm not too worried about it. It's all so that I can tell a story. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of this resin in here. I'm going to, like people when they get ready to go swimming, they got to put their toe in. There's his toe. Okay, now stop your sliding, not forward. I don't need you forward. Want that to get up into the toes. Okay, let me coax it into these toes right here. Okay, looks like I got those. Whoa. I was trying to see on the other side, and sure enough, there was a couple bubbles hanging out. That's what I was trying to get him to do, was get this part of the... Okay, that looks... I don't know if that's a bubble there. Just holding on. How long has this been holding on? No, what's going on, sorry. I don't think that's a bubble. I think that is that glittery stuff that I put on that laser paste. Because it's not moving when I just sit there and bash on it. Talk about stubbing your toe. Okay. Got a few bubbles coming up. And now we wait. This is fun. I hope you're having fun. Okay, we'll see you when this is all cured up. Well, before I leave you to let this cure up, I decided to, well, gotta get that toe back up here. Gotta get a toe hold on him. I'm going to, wow, drop on some of this shimmering alcohol ink. I think it will give this bottom part a more intense color. So we're gonna see. Bam. Bam. Look at this stuff. If you saw last week's edition, look at how that works. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to stir that up a little bit with that toothpick to give it the look we had last week. Now remember, those toes actually have some of that glitter in them, so don't really need to worry about that. But this bottom part, which is sticking up, is clear all the way, so I want it to have a little bit of a background or a backdrop for that toe. Yeah, this mix is pretty good. Instead of just spreading like regular alcohol ink, if you mix it, it carries on a totally new character, and it's really cool looking, I think. And apparently, from what some of you said on my video last week, you agreed with it, that how it is really adds depth. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now I'll see you when it's all cured up. This guy's all cured up, and I loosened around the toes, so we'll see what hops out of this mold, huh? Are you ready? Pretty. Pretty, 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 pretty. Bam. There's the toe. It is a toad. Yeah, doggy. Okay. It's not a real toad mold, but you know, I told you so. This frog, bullfrogs hunt all kinds of things, and if he found a body decomposing in the bottom of the river or a lake, he could chomp on the toe. Yeah, just be careful with this frog. He might bite your toe off. Cool. Okay, this is part of a collaboration, so make sure you go give a look-see to all the other people in this collab. And yeah, let me know what you think of this one, and let them know what you think of theirs as well. I appreciate it. And subscribers, thank you for hanging around with me and even putting up with my shenanigans. I think it came out really pretty, though. And if you didn't know that was a toe, well, you're just looking at a pretty frog. But if you know it's a toe, then I told you so. Now, you see that metallic shimmering alcohol ink? Look what it did. It came down around and it sank in there. Yes, it did. It covered the bottom. It kept it opaque. But look, that was a really cool effect. I'm glad I thought of that. Okay. Yeah, we'll see you for the next one. And for those of you that celebrate Christmas, you just had a good one, hopefully. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We'll see you.